Now you've written something and you want to share it with the world. Well, you can put it up on your website and hope that somebody sees it, or you can send it out to be published by someone who has regular readers. The biggest word of advice, the one that's most often ignored, but it's also very important, is be professional. You are sending someone a business proposal. They may take it, they may not. It doesn't mean they don't like you. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't even necessarily mean that your work isn't good enough. It isn't right for that market at that time. You're going to be rejected. You have to get used to it. But who's going to be rejecting you? Or, in some cases, accepting your work? You have to find out what's the best place for you. See who is publishing work that is like what you've written. Authors who are similar to you, or if you're working in a genre, what magazines or what publishers are interested in that genre, science fiction or fantasy or westerns or romance or whatever. There are a lot of resources you can use. Some of them are on the web. I like duotrope.com, writersmarket.com. You got to pay to get in there, but if you're going to try to make money at this, it's very much worthwhile. If you're in science fiction and fantasy, Ralan.com, R-A-L-A-N.com, is also very good. And you can find other market lists. That's what these are called, market lists on the web. So find out who is interested in what you're writing, and they're the ones, obviously, who are most likely going to publish it. If you just send your stuff out at random, you're just going to make enemies. Then the next stage, of course, is keep track of where you're sending stuff. You do need to know where your stuff is. Nowadays, we don't only send a story or a poem or a book out to one publisher. We send a bunch of stuff out. And if it's accepted at one place, you have to tell all the other places that it's no longer available. So you have to have records of that. Some people do it on index cards and just write down every submission on an index card and keep it in a little box. I use a program called Sonar, which is similar to index cards, except I don't have to worry about losing the index cards, and it alphabetizes them automatically. And it keeps track of how long stuff has been out, which is very useful. But you need some system. Some people do it on a spreadsheet. Whatever works for you is fine. But you have to keep track of where everything is, send it to the right places, and remember, you are going to be rejected. Everybody gets rejected.